I always say, never wait special reason to be happy. Or never wait reason to be happy. Maybe never you got offended. I always believe you need to give reason to be happy. One simple example, every morning you are wake up, that is something incredible. Learn to be happy just every day, every morning you are wake up.
It's a gift.
Exactly. Without wake up, you don't have nothing. And every morning, learn to make enjoy and happy breakfast. Something everyday life, something happening, normal things. Learn to happiness, normal things.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to ask you some questions today. Today, I don't want to just talk about your teachings and the ideas that you have, but I want to understand your journey and your life and how you have applied those teachings to your own personal experience. I'd like to ask really, firstly, how are you today in this present moment? What is a good day for you?
Well, it's a very interesting question. Of course, generally, I'm always thinking time to time, I have this East old wisdom, and then I have Western amazing conditions. In this combination, make me have one of a great life. I believe it. I'm sure in this Western world, people who live in the Western world, I believe they have one of the greatest condition. Yes, but sometimes still you don't have this, maybe wisdom, let's say, East wisdoms, that's helping so much. Without this East wisdoms or Buddhist wisdom, I don't know how much I go to appreciate in this great conditions in the modern world. And therefore, I very much enjoy and to be happy, and because of a combination of East wisdom, what I learned to childhood, this is really something deep in my bones and the blood. And then luckily, I have this Western condition, and that's combination, let's say, created maybe best version of myself. Therefore, I'm so much thankful. East wisdom and the West conditions. I have a very, very good time in these days, let's say, generally.
Yeah, we are thankful to have you. And speaking of that difference between Eastern wisdom and Western life, what is the biggest challenge for you when you are speaking to people in the West? How do you manage to pass that wisdom to us when we perhaps don't have a knowledge of your culture, of the way that you were raised? How do you adapt that to be more interesting to us in the West and more acceptable?
I think what I feel in the Western world, there's not enough the wisdom of the nature of the reality. They have great knowledges, what they learn in the school. I'm sure this is great helpful, their jobs and their professional lives. but maybe that's not enough. Life is not just a job, Life is more than job. One small example I give in the wisdom of the East, or wisdom of the Buddha's teaching, we say they have let's say 8 realities. In this 8 realities is what is Buddha say is whatever born, got to die. He said birth is the only reason we have death. This is undeniable reality. And then second, Buddha say whatever go to higher is go to lower. Going higher is the only reason or only cause of we are going to lower. That's second, maybe, realities. And then Buddha say, whatever coming, and they have going. Coming is the only reason we have going. And then he said, whatever, meeting is got to separate. There's 8 undeniable realities. Is maybe, let's say, this is something very, very important, learn generally in the world, but also in the Western world. Is I'm not wrong in the Western world, not enough this kind of wisdom to learn, maybe, let's say. And because of that, sometimes they don't know how to handle the life, And
what do you think is the disconnect? Why do you think that people in the West find these ideas so difficult? Is it something to do with our culture? Is it something to do with, I don't know, our level of wealth? Is there something that's missing that you find in other parts of the world, and from your own personal experience and your upbringing?
People is just knowledge. We are, let's say, just knowledge, nothing more than knowledge. We human combination of 2 kind of knowledge without learning and knowledge with learning. But knowledge with learning, you're born with that. That is one of the most powerful influence of our life. And the second knowledge, we have a knowledge with learning. Let's say cultures, educations, religion, all this knowledge is something we learned. I think in the West, generally, we nearly enough knowledge learning, but we don't have knowledge without learning. And this part, we don't talk so much.
Okay.
It's kind of the taboo, maybe you call something. Let's say love is knowledge without learning. Yes. Anger is knowledge without learning. All this we call, yes, nature knowledge, or you call knowledge without learning. I think we don't talk so much, or we don't give so much value of knowledge without learning. We think that is something so your personal things. We don't want to talk it. Keep yourself. Example, death is also, is we call knowledge without learning. Nobody need to learn how to die, and we know happened. Yes.
It's inescapable.
Yes.
And why do you think that death is such a taboo in Western society?
I'm sure they have many reasons, but in our life, we experience two great changes. And these two changes we experience each 100 years. One time what you call birth, and the birth seems to give everything us. And then each 100 years, we call to die, let's say.
If we're lucky.
It's lucky, it seems. And the death who go to take everything. And therefore, I think people don't have much knowledge about the death. And death have very much negative views of maybe in the Western culture or whatever, and therefore people don't want to talk it. It's talking about that they don't have any benefit, something look like this. But death is not ending of life. It's a death is one of a great change in our life. Birth is not the beginning of our life. One of a great change is happening in our life. Somehow, maybe in the deep down in the people, we wanted to control, change it. Yeah? We, or consciously or unconsciously, somehow we believe it, we possible control to change it, and we are looking the changes some kind of enemy of the life or enemy of happiness or enemy of health, whatever. But we cannot stop change. Yes, without the change, we are not exist.
It's inevitable.
Correct. But we still possible choose what change make us.
Do you think that people fear change a lot? And why? Why is it that people are so resistant and want to control so many parts of their lives when, if change is inevitable in our lives, why isn't it a free-flowing thing for people, especially in the West? Why are we so wanting to control things?
All of we believe Buddha, he teach 84,000 vehicles, he teach it. But all this 84,000 vehicles is what you call conclude two teachings. One we call impermanent, one we call emptiness. That's all. There's nothing have more teaching. That's why Buddha is, when he enlightened, first her teaching of impermanent. And before he died, the last teaching is teaching of impermanent. Impermanent means everything changing. Yes, yeah, everything changing. There no have a moment of not changing. The relation of the change is the relation of the life. If you have a good relation with the change, you have a good relation with the life. Because change is the reality of, in this world, the king of our existence. Therefore, I think deep down in the people, somehow maybe somebody told it or whatever reason, we are believing some part of our life, one day we are so successful, we don't longer need to change,
Okay.
they're looking such kind of moment or such kind of times. Interesting thing, we don't know how to be happy without change, but at the same time, we are suffering because of the change. That's why there are two important realities we learn, I think, in this modern world or Western world. Whoever wants less suffering, never fear of the change. Whoever wants happy, never expected life without problem. Until you have life, they have a problem. Problem is the nature of life.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
And if somebody came to you and said, I would like change in my life, I accept that there is change in my life, what would you say to that person? What tools would you give to that person to help the process of change or help the process of accepting change in life? Because people can be very fixed. People can kind of hold on to things in their life to make sure that everything is stable and okay. But if change is inevitable in our lives and is an ever-moving thing, how would you help someone to accept that?
That's interesting question, you know. Our life is look like ocean of the change. We are who swimming in the ocean of change.
Just a small drop.
That's correct. And therefore, you cannot fight the ocean of change. You go to sink and you go to incredible sufferings. Only what you possible do, use the ocean of change to use a change to become better person. Well, we just need to learn to how swim in the ocean of a change. In the ocean of a change, is you need to learn to how to swim. You need three things.
Okay.
Number one, you needed wisdom. Number two, you need meditation, we call. Number third, you need loving and compassion. Let's just translate the simple way. Number one, you need the right direction. Mm-hmm. Here, right direction means, or right view, right direction means your view and your direction not against the nature. Second, you need to learn relax inside. And third, you need let's say, the energy, you know. And then once you have this, you possible complete making journey and the swimming in this ocean. You know, ocean is not, or ocean of change, or change is not to become enemy of your life, is a change who give you everything. And therefore, we need a right view of the nature. We need to learn to relax inside, and then we need love, let's say. And maybe one of those, or with those, hopefully you have a better swimming the ocean of samsara, or ocean of change.
So to navigate this big sea of change, from what you're saying, there needs to be an element where there is some kind of connection with yourself. You cannot deal with all around you that's changing if you have no connection with the inner wisdom that you have and you as a person. And I think in the Western world, a lot of people are disconnected. They may have everything in life. They may be embracing certain parts of change, but there is a profound disconnect with that inner wisdom. So what would you advise to people if they're feeling with everything that they have in this wonderful Western life, a profound disconnect? What is the missing thing? What tools do they need to make that change within themselves to then be able to accept the change that's in life?
Well, we have two kind of life possible have. Life of a dog or life of the lion. Is life of a dog means some dog have honor. Life of lion means life no have honors.
The king of the jungle.
King of the jungles. Exactly. Therefore, mostly, I think, when people want to be happy, they always need to change somebody. When people don't want suffering, they always need to change somebody. Whatever they wanted, they always need to change somebody. Whatever they don't want it, they always need to change somebody. You know, changing others is look like their path. But changing others is look like life of dog. The moment of you changing others, others become owner of you. You are not longer own.
You're not free.
You are not free. Therefore, we are teaching here to be look like life of lion means you possible become owner of yourself. To become to owner of yourself means you possible change yourself. Changing yourself, you don't need much conditions. Really not. Changing yourself, I believe they only have one obstacle. This we don't want to change ourselves. That is the only reason changing ourselves is difficult.
Yeah, often people are comfortable in their discomfort. And I think there's maybe fear of that change and the things around them that will change as a result. But it's interesting that when you change yourself, those around you change as well.
When you change it, others go to change it without changing anybody. And this I'm used to make a joke. You win the war without fight.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's name we call spiritual warriors.
Okay.
You know, when you change it, others go to change it without changing anybody. When you change it, world go to change it you without changing in the world. Therefore, changing ourselves is wisdom. Is changing ourselves is healing. Changing ourselves is wealth. They no have any problem you cannot solve within changing yourself.
It's true.
Yes.
It really is true. Do you think that people misunderstand themselves in this process? Do you feel that they are maybe looking in the wrong direction to make that change?
I think so. Exactly what I told that, before. Life of a dog and the life of lion. Mostly people, people become more and more success, they have more chance to have life of dog. They're not longer on their self. They lose everything.
They become slaves to all they've created.
Correct. Or people become more and more powers or more and more wealth. Is more and more have a life of dog. Sometimes they lose everything, maybe they always need to stay in the small space and the small circle. They cannot go to normal life because you are so famous, you are so important.
You are so wealthy, you have so many things that you're scared to lose it. So what you're saying is that it's a simple life that creates the best conditions. Is it that people become too attached to too many different things? Is it a simplicity in life that will help them to move forwards in change?
Yes, I really much believe this, because I always saying we don't need to be more special, or we have so many special problems because we are too special. Let's say it this way. We need to be, let's say, normal. Yes. But sometimes we are too special. Sometimes our problems, nobody understands. We are so special, you don't find any person who go to help you. You are so special, you don't find any person to love you. You are so special, you don't find any place to where you settle down. You are so special, you don't find any person who you go to love it. Therefore, being special is to need to be special, or being special, one of the greatest illness in the ever have human's history. Therefore, I say being special is illness. Therefore, we need to be normal. Means to be normal means things make simple. Things make simple.
So we need to be ordinary.
Yes, exactly.
Ordinary, nothing magical, nothing, just a very simple, straightforward person. How do we find that? Mostly
people waiting special moment to be happy. Maybe they never find the special moment. I always say, never wait special reason to be happy. Or never wait reason to be happy. Maybe never you go to find it. I always believe you need to give reason to be happy. One simple example, every morning you are wake up, that is something incredible. Learn to be happy just every day. Every morning you are wake up.
It's a gift.
Exactly. Without wake up, there you don't have nothing. And every morning learn to making joy and happy breakfast. Something everyday life, something happening, normal things. Learn to happiness, normal things. And then, but we are waiting the special moment. And then your happiness maybe only stay in your dream, but never come your life. It's interesting because this waiting, this expectation of something that can come maybe in the future actually pulls us away from the present moment. And I think being able to stay in the present moment is very difficult for many people. How much do you think this inability to do that
causes problems for people? And how can we find the present moment? What can we do to be here, now, enjoying where we are, appreciating all that's around us, and really being in the now?
I think the me is the purpose of life, to be now here and to make enjoy in the present moment. Because the present moment is maybe only what we really have a life. Because past is gone, is dead, is too late.
It's finished.
Future is, we are too early, is not born. Mm-hmm. What we have a life is only this present moment. Therefore, I think we don't need so much condition to be in the present moment. That's why, and we also practice meditation. Yeah? Meditation is the one of a great tool or great way to be in the present moment. Once you be in the present moment, you possible be happy without the reason. You possible feel peace without any reasons. And therefore, don't chasing so much the problem of the past. Don't wait happiness of the future. Let's learn to live how much you can in this present, moment. We humans, we always believe it. What we don't have, make we are more happy than what we have. You know? And we are running behind things what we don't have, and we never have a time to happy what we have.
To appreciate that.
Correct. Therefore, I think being in the present moment, yes, is very important. Mm-hmm.
So you spoke about meditation. It's a very popular thing for people to try to do. But a lot of people find it very, very difficult. They find it difficult to switch off the brain chatter. They find it difficult to really focus and be quiet. If somebody really struggles with the idea of meditation, are there other ways of entering a meditative state without having to sit quietly on a cushion in a quiet room and switch off from the world? Because a lot of people find that difficult, especially in the Western world.
Well, I think very interesting. Our body is more present moment than our mind. Therefore, you more spend time with your body, you more be in your body, you are meditate without any meditation doing. In the modern world or in the Western world, we are so much in the mental world, more than any time of in the earth, We expanded our mind, beyond ourselves, beyond our family, beyond our country. We make one world in our mind,
mm-hmm.
But of course, and that means we are less and less spending time in the body. We're less and less in the body. And therefore, whoever have a difficulty to meditate, I say, spend time more with the body, and that is way to meditation. Or let's say, walk in the nature. That's also meditation. Doing something with your body, or dancing, or jogging, or walking, whatever. but is you also possible to sit in somewhere, you know, is you only need to do simple thing, you know. Keep straight your spine and relax your shoulders. That's enough. When you keep straight your spine, you are the more present moment, automatically, without doing. Once you relax your both shoulders, you are less past and the future. In our shoulders have so much tensions of past and the futures. Once you relax shoulders, you know, and once you keep straight your spine, 11 minutes every day or 21 minutes, and then somehow you have a beneficial of meditation without all this complicated meditation practice.
So what you're saying then is the body is the vehicle to change the mind. You use your body to change your mind in a way that isn't that you're not aware of. Is that what you're saying? You're not having to focus on what's going on here if you're focusing on your body.
Yes, exactly what I want to say this. That's an interesting question, you know, because we have a three kind of life: out life, inner life, secret life, you know. Mostly people think first we go to change life, and then go to change my mind, then go to change my body. You know, or some people think I go to change my mind, you know, then I go to this make change my, life, or this go to make change my body. Well, maybe, but that is very long way to change it.
And complicated.
Yes, very complicated. But when you change your body, your mind go to change it. You don't need to make second time change it. Once your mind change it, your life is a change it without changing anything. Therefore, to change your body is more easy than change mind and change life. Therefore, the body is the door of to let's say change life. And to change the body, you don't need to just complicate the thinkings. You don't need to give complicated explanations. You know, you don't need to speak English. You don't need to learn this and that and this, you know.
You're good.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
Changing body is so simple, and therefore people maybe don't believe it, you know.
Oh. So if somebody came to you and said, okay, I want to do this, is there a simple thing they could do every day to start that process of changing the body and changing the mind?
You only need to change your day. Changing of a day is become to changing of yourself. To change today is they have two moments, or every day we experience two important changes we experience. One you call wake up, one you call to sleep. And that's we call, karmic clock or biological clock or biologic or nature change it. Therefore, morning you experience one nature change. During the sleep you experience one important changes. Therefore, every morning when you are wake up, that is a great opportunity, you know. And therefore, every morning is you try to do, let's say, is you have much time is 21 minutes practice. If you have less time, you practice 11 minutes. If you really don't have time, just practice 1 minute. Let's say 10 minutes, you just do some physical exercise, or yoga, or Tibetan Lujong, or any form of some stretch exercise, 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of a stretch exercise, you make a 10 minutes meditation. In this meditation, keep straight your spine, relax shoulder. That's all what you need to do, 10 minutes, And then 1 minute, you just say 2 important mantra. Yes, and this 2 mantra go to change your life. You say, I give my best myself and others in this world. But after whatever come, I got to accept it. And you're giving your best. You say, I give my best. You cannot give more than this. That's all what you have. After whatever come, you accept it. And giving your best make you have a happy life, maybe happy day. Whatever come, accept it. You don't have a painful day.
Nobody wants a painful day.
That's correct. And therefore, I believe it. You just, 11 minutes or 21 minutes or only you don't have much time, just 1 minute. You say, I give my best. After whatever come, I accept it. I give my best. After whatever come, I accept it. If you say this in your mind again, and you really stick with this instruction, you have more reason to be happy, and you have a very, very little reason to suffering.
Yes. So it's really about small changes every single day, repeating, to then make bigger changes, hopefully, in your life. That would be for you a good life, if somebody did that?
It's very, very correct. Yes, correct.
So if you looked at somebody's life and you said, that was a good life, what would be the elements that would be within that? Would it be that simplicity of life, that acceptance of what comes? Is there something else? Is there something within a good life that we should really aim to include that maybe we don't right now?
Interesting question. I think we are become good. Maybe you have a good life. They no have other than this. And therefore, if you become good yourself, maybe that is the meaning of have a good life. In the Buddha's teaching, we say such important sayings. You born with your own world, you live with your own world, you die with your own world. It means world is just in our mind. We never experience world outside of mind. Yes, world is in our mind. Only when we enlightened, we experience world outside of mind, what you call enlightened world, maybe.
Yes.
But the moment we are a world of mind, what you think, what you are. What you think, what you see. What you think, what you have. We are just thought, nothing more. Therefore, never try to have negative thoughts how much you can, and always try to have maybe, let's say, positive thoughts. And that's why I believe our thought is one of our greatest enemies ever have ourselves, but at the same time our thought one of our greatest friends to have ourselves. Our thought is only have a power to heaven to bring in you or to hell to bring in you. Therefore, take care your thought.
So, change your thoughts, change your life. That's the message, I suppose.
Correct.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. This is really nice.
Yeah.
Yes, it is interesting to see how everything that we see in our lives, that we experience in our lives, very much come from here, of our expectations and our ideas. One final question. If somebody listening to this is struggling in their life, if they're having problems and they want to make a change, what would you want to say to them?
We need help of others, but we need to change of ourselves. Therefore, we need to listen others, but you always need to follow yourself. We need to listen others. Very important. But we must need to follow ourselves. My last message, I would like to say this. Always try to have a big picture, but then you have always little reactions.
Interesting.
Because many times we lose this big picture, and then our reaction become bigger and bigger. Issue reactions is become bigger means you lose the big pictures. Therefore, don't lose big picture. If something happen in your life, very bad things, but don't lose big picture. Then you only make small reactions, and this reaction not go to destroy you. If something happen really, really great in your life, you have a chance to lose the big picture, but don't lose big picture, and you only make small reactions. And the small reactions not disturb your inner peace. But mostly what happening, we have this countless informations, time of information and the time of knowledge. But at the same time, we are losing this big picture. And when you lose more the big picture, your reactions become bigger and bigger and more. And that's where you lose inner peace. My last message, don't lose big picture. Then you only need to small reaction. And the small reactions not take your inner peace.
It's very precious. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You give me this opportunity to talk with you. Amazing. Yes.
No, it was a pleasure for me. Thank you so much.
Yes.